Hi, my name is Leah Wynn, and this is my American reaction culture video for COM263. This reaction video is going to be on the body ritual among the Nisarema, if I'm saying that right, by minor. Initially reading this article, I didn't even know about the Nisarema culture, and I didn't even know it was America spelled backward, which is kind of ironic, just because I've never heard of a culture like that. I think I studied it once way back, but going into this article, I had no idea what to expect. But when I think of culture, like I think of where I grew up in Vietnam, or like ASL culture, which is what I learned recently in high school. Like the last place I would think of for culture is the United States. But I think this article gives a really good perspective of America from an outside perspective, because when I was reading it, I thought it was quite odd. Growing up, I always wanted to be a doctor, and reading this article saying that how they thought doctors were the medicine men, and that dentists were like the teeth witchcraft, and just seeing all these like sadistic and like weird and crazy like outside perspectives on just a simple like doctor is so insane to me. Like if I grew up outside of America and this is how I saw healthcare, I would never want to be a part of healthcare. And it's so crazy to think about like how our things day to day, people just don't comprehend. Like to them, it's something that's so weird because, you know, America has so many different customs and rituals that we do here that to outsiders, it's weird. Like in the article, he talks about having bathrooms, private bathroom routines and medicine cabinets, and they talked about them like shrines, and how medicine cabinets were charm boxes, a part of that shrine. And when I think of the bathroom, I think of needing to go to the bathroom and not like spending my entire day in there how they see it. And I don't think of it as like a safe spot as a shrine would. I just think of it as a place to go to the bathroom, as simple as a shower and a toilet. So yeah, reading that article is definitely interesting. And then one of the biggest practices that I've noticed have become popular in America is body piercings. And I know that not every country has them, not every country does them, and not every country is as popular as ours doing them. But I've noticed like people my age who are getting like 30 plus tattoos, you know, 10 on each ear, because it is the common trend right now. And I think it's so cool because it's almost like so similar to tattoos, except it's puncturing a hole into your body and putting, you know, a piece of metal or a piece of jewelry there. And I think it's so weird because like seeing it from an outside perspective, similar to the article, I would think, why would someone want to puncture a hole into their body and put a piece of metal in there? But like in America, it's such a unique and like personable way to express your style and express your personality, because there are so many different ways that you can rock a piercing. And I think it's so crazy how it all starts. You know, back in the day, sailors and like pirates would use it as a symbol to like acknowledge their initial like crossing of the equator. And that's why like when you see movies of and TV shows of like pirates, they have all this chunky jewelry like earrings, necklaces, because they associate earrings with pirates today. And like even with other tribes such as like Native American or Alaskan tribes, they practice septum piercing, and not for like decoration or style, but it's popular because those piercings represent wealth and fertility, and that's like their culture symbolism. Like for us, it's just as simple as I want to express my personality, I want to get a piercing. But for other cultures, it's you're only allowed to get it if you're wealthier, and if you're a man, or if you're someone of power. Like in the Aztec, Mayan, the tribes of New Guinea, according to history.com, people only got nose piercings with bones and feathers if they were worthy of them. And I think that's so cool because, you know, for us, it's you just pay the fine. Like growing up, I walked across the mall and there'd be 4 piercing shops, but to other cultures, you don't just walk by a piercing shop, you know, it's not just free along with a charge of earrings. But I think the change of like going from you can only get piercings if you're this, and this to you can just walk to a store and get piercings has been really beneficial, because there is really no harm in getting piercings. You know, piercings are such an important part of our like expressive culture because, you know, it's a way for people to express themselves when they don't want to get tattoos, but they want to, you know, wear earrings that have feathers on them or earrings that are made of gold. It really just adds a different part that, you know, I wouldn't ever see. But I've also heard that piercings are beneficial for health because, you know, they stimulate your ear, they stimulate nerve areas, and there's so many different places that you can get piercings in that people really love. And I think it really expresses like how big of a part of culture it is because, you know, you don't just have to get your piercing in one place. You don't have to be this type of person to get it. You can be any kind of person you want here in America. And like that's the thing that's so significant about our culture is like you have freedom in it. And I think like after reading that article, I just have a completely different perspective on like everyday things like tattoos, earrings, going out to eat, going to the doctor. But yeah, this is my American culture video.